I know what you're gonna say. Alex, why did you buy this console? You said it was $450. You're a sellout. You're a sheep. You're a Nintendo bootlicker. And you know what? The boot really does taste that good. That was a joke. That's not true. I actually do have a reason for buying this console.
Hello, Mario.
I've been waiting.
Oh God, no! It's Joker. Oh, I should shut up.
After much wait and anticipation, the Nintendo Switch 2 is finally here, and I have a lot of things to say about it. But first, recap. The Nintendo Switch 2 is Nintendo's next big console release and the successor to the original Nintendo Switch. At first I thought the idea of a Switch 2 was dumb until I saw what it offered and gave it a second thought. That and the new Mario Kart looks good, and it's not on the Switch 1, so I have to get this new console regardless. Nick was also down to get it, but there was one little 3-digit problem we were facing. Yeah, that. Yes, it's no secret that the Nintendo Switch 2 is $450, plus the extra $80 for Mario Kart, and if you want my full thoughts on that, please check out my last video. But because of this fact, me and Nick basically spent an entire month saving up for the thing. And then, the day finally came. You see, Nick discovered that there was limited stock for the walk-in customers at the midnight launch, so we decided to head to our local Best Buy to try to get a Nintendo Switch 2 early. Launch day was actually a pretty interesting experience. I for one have never really been a part of one, so I was kind of looking forward to the whole thing. We drove to the local Best Buy and it really started to hit me that I was about to wait 6 hours for a console. Behold, the most oppressed group of people. Gamers.
The line is actually real.
It wasn't too bad though. Nick and I kept ourselves busy throughout the whole ordeal, and even my best friend and fellow Sonic fan down the street, Jerry, came over to also get a Switch 2. He brought his Switch OLED with him, thinking he could trade it in for some store credit thing or something like that. I'm not exactly sure, it sounded confusing. At one point, he left it with me while he took care of some stuff until he came back, so that was epic. The managers at the place were also super nice the entire night. They passed out these sheets for accessories who wanted with their Switch just to make the whole process a lot faster. They also gave out these tickets that basically guaranteed you a console, and turns out everyone ended up getting one. By the end of the night, I was really starting to feel the effects of the wait, but luckily I was a couple spots away from finally buying my Switch 2. After a couple more minutes, they let me in and a batch of people into the store. I got my console, went straight home, and went to sleep because Jesus Christ, I was tired as hell. Now, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you the Nintendo Switch 2. At first glance, the Switch 2 looks just like the original, but slightly bigger, and honestly I wouldn't blame you for thinking that. But this new console has a couple new features going for it. Like the aforementioned bigger size, one issue I had with the old model was just how small the screen was, not to mention the thick ugly bezels. The Joy-Cons this time around are also upscaled and don't feel like a flimsy plastic rectangle. They have a bit of heft to them and the build quality is really nice. The biggest surprise for me are the sticks. They feel great, super smooth and responsive. The old Joy-Con sticks were just way too stiff, and sometimes they didn't register certain inputs as well, even way before the stick drift, and I hope to God the same thing doesn't happen to these. Also, one of my concerns with these new Joy-Cons were the whole magnetic attachment concept. I can confirm that after a couple of days that these controllers not only snap snugly into the console, but are also nice and secure. The thing also has a brand new kickstand that doesn't suck this time around. It actually feels like it's propped up nice and sturdy and not like it's being held by a goddamn toothpick. Oh, and the stand is really adjustable if you're a tabletop player. I know you four exist. The Switch 2 not only has a bigger display, but the console can also output 4K when docked to a TV and 1080p undocked. The original Switch could only output 720 undocked, and the difference is night and day. Really good screen quality. And that's really about it when it comes to the console itself. Now let's get into the real reason why we're all here. The controversy and ridiculous price aside, Mario Kart World may just be the best Mario Kart in the series, period. Yes, I do mean it. I had my concerns going into this game regarding the open world, lack of kart customization, and a couple other things. And boy did this game prove me dead wrong. This game handles like a damn dream. Just like Mario Kart 8, but different enough to give it its own identity. The stick with this one is the open world aspect of the game, and I have a crutch about open world games. Developers will say a game has a massive world only for it to have 35 loading zones, therefore severely limiting the so-called open world. This game does not have that. You really can drive fucking anywhere. You might think that this would make the world empty, but Mario Kart World fixes that with an abundance of stuff you can do, especially with the introduction of P-Switch challenges, which are a sort of evolution of Mario Kart DS's mission mode, but cranked up to 11. And the challenges are nothing to scoff at. Some of them are genuinely pretty difficult. The courses this time around are interconnected with each other, which means that rather than just start the next race, you just drive to the next course, which means you get these awesome intermission tracks in the lead up to the next actual course. And yes, I have heard a lot of people online complain that it's just a straight line simulator with nothing going on. You sure about that? Genuinely, there will be moments in these intermission tracks where shit just hits the fan, and I have never felt more fun and anxiety at the same time like this since Mario Kart Wii so many years ago, especially when you do Knockout Tour Online, which is just a non-stop ride from start to finish. God, this game mode is so much fun. Oh, and the music? Actual peak music theory. Nintendo not only brought back the live band arrangements from Mario Kart 8, but somehow made it even better than that game ever could. Just listen to this! Flight 901 now arriving in San Juan, Puerto Rico. World also introduces the brand new rail grinding mechanic and charge jumping. I love this new feature. It's so satisfying just to perform all these tricks and combining them to do some wild tech that gives you the upper hand. I still have to practice though, because right now I kinda suck at them. But I really love that this is just a natural evolution of the trick system that we introduced so long ago. It's weirdly heartwarming to see how far we've come since then. The course selections are also really solid. Airship Fortress returns, Peach Stadium is beautiful, and Mario Circuit doesn't suck ass. But some are a little strange though, like why is Moo Moo Meadows back and a Lightning Cup track for that matter? But I digress because holy shit, Rainbow Road is back! This Rainbow Road is by far the best Rainbow Road in Mario Kart history. It basically combines everything the previous versions of the track introduced and interweaved it to create this. Its sheer scale is just incomprehensible. Like, the lead up to the track actually gave me goosebumps when that gate opened, and the music is just... I actually can't describe it with words, because if I did, I would probably break down crying, and I'm not going to do that. But what I will say is that just driving on it was an experience I will never forget. It brought me back to those days of just being a kid again, playing on that course with Nick on the Wii. And for it to still give me that feeling after all this time is just beautiful. Like, just the experience of me and my little brother driving side by side, burning rubber, blasting past the competition, and just winning. That's the kind of thing I live for in games like these. The feeling it leaves you with at the end. When your heart is pounding on a track like this, while you're in first place, knowing damn well you have 23 other racers behind you trying to take you out, that's how you know Nintendo designed an amazing course. I think that should be the main takeaway about all of this. Not whether the price tag on the console or the game is justified, but rather the experience it leaves you with, at least with the game. I know people online will complain about stuff like that and even the whole underperformance argument regarding Nintendo consoles, but the whole thing about it not being on the same levels as Xbox, PlayStation, or God forbid, those things don't really matter to me all that much, even with the original Switch. All of my thoughts with that console are still valid today. It may not be as graphic heavy as a PC or PlayStation, but god damn it, do you still get some memorable and fun gaming experiences from it. One of my most fond memories from gaming came from that thing. The same applies here, even if there is a $450 price tag attached to it, but I'm willing to look past that flaw if the experience heavily outweighs it. Personally, I'm happy with the console I got, and that's good enough for me. If you don't think it's worth getting, then that's absolutely fine. It's not a requirement to like it. And you can give your criticism so long as it's constructive and not something stupid like, this console sucks because it's not a PC. Sometimes you just have to go into things at face value in order to, at the very least, understand it. I personally try not to fall in that realm of dumb criticism. If we all just respect each other's opinions and try to live in some sort of harmony, at least within the gaming sphere, then we should be good. As for the Nintendo Switch 2, I can see some big things coming out of it. And hopefully by the end of this console's lifespan, Nintendo is able to stick the landing and make the most out of its hardware. Obviously, I could be wrong, but it's nice to hope, right? Hey, if you got to the end of this video, then thanks. I do make other videos if you're interested, so go check them out. I'm gonna get some sleep now because this video took forever to make, so hopefully you enjoyed it. I'll catch you in the next one.